Hey there, gang. It is time for a new comic book unboxing video, and as always, I have no idea what is actually in this box. It's a short stack this time. I do know that they are older books mostly, so that's exciting. If you like comic books, stick around. We're going to have some fun. Hey there, Bobby. Welcome to Shanghalla. My name is Duke, and this is an unboxing video. So, as always, please do like, share, subscribe, comment, do all the groovy things, and stick around until the end of this video for the double extra super top secret password that you need to enter the great 1,000 subscriber giveaway contest that is coming up. So what do I need to tell you about this box? Well, a few things, actually, because there have been some, there are in process as I film this, some organizational restructuring going on at the company that I work for, a company that buys and sells comic books online. And we still have some videos that I have filmed that are in the pipeline that are under the old structure. And those books, if you're one of those who likes to, watch one of these videos and then go to eBay or whatnot, where we would sell those books, just whether you wanted to bid or you just like watching, the book that you saw unboxed to see what it actually sold for. Some people, I know they like to make a game out of putting a price in their head, what do they think it'll go for, and then watching, especially at a live auction, what does it actually go for. Those books aren't going there anymore. The retail store .com Comics is closing. I'm not sure exactly when, sometime between the end of October and the end of the year. And everything that's in the store and all of our back inventory up until the point of the restructuring, which includes the books on those half dozen or so videos that I have already filmed but have yet to edit and upload. Those are all going to a new company. The manager of the store will be taking those, and probably the best thing you can do if you're interested in those books is to follow .com Comics on Facebook, and Dan, the manager of the store, will be letting you know where and when he'll be selling those off, whether it's at a website or on eBay or whatnot, or what he's going to do with that material. The books we're looking at today are going to the new organizational structure, and so these will end up on eBay. I don't think these are going to whatnot. We don't have enough inventory just yet under this new structure to sell on whatnot. These will be going to eBay. Now, here's the trick. The username, the seller name on eBay is .com Comics. That's probably almost certainly going to change, but I can't tell you to what. So if you go to eBay, or if you already are, on eBay and subscribed, or if you go to eBay and subscribe, or if I just back up and try that sentence again. If you go to eBay and subscribe to .com Comics, or if you are already subscribed to .com Comics on eBay, you may notice the name change in the near future, the seller name. And I can't tell you exactly what that's going to be. And there's an outside shot that it might not change. I don't know yet. Again, this restructuring is still kind of in a progress. And so... But if you're already subscribed, you should get there. If not, I'll be sending out a tweet or something. So follow Shanghalla on Twitter, on Instagram. I'll let you know if the name changes. But anyway, these new books. What's exciting about these books? These are all older books. I had gotten into a real rut. It's one of the reasons I fell behind in the videos, because I just got tired of looking. Well, not tired. I mean, it's what I do for a living. But I got tired of doing the videos of the same books over and over and over again. I didn't have anything to say, and I figured people must be getting bored with this. But these are some older books. These are some interesting things, such as, let's get to it, shall we? This is kind of neat. And I can't even fit it all on the screen here. But that is Batman 3D Adventures. Look at that. That's pretty cool. And it even comes with the glasses. And they're in like the bat shape. So that's cool. Now, I have seen, not this one, this other book, The Three-Dimensional Adventures of Superman. This one I've seen before, but at a regular comic book size. So I don't know if even I knew that these were originally at a larger size. But let's take a look here. I'm not sure these are actual comic book bags that these are in. But here's the back glasses. I like how they have the little nose flap here. That's pretty cool. Batman's glasses, 3D. Right eye, left eye, but I guess that's so you knew that was the outside, to wear it that way, like this side against your face, so you didn't do it like this way. Huh. Well, what if you're left-eyed? You can be left-handed. Can you be left-eyed? I guess not, because then you would be left brain, right? Left eye is right brain, right eye is left brain. I'm not sure. But here's what this bad boy looked like inside. So it looks a little faded. Usually these are like red and green, and it looks a little faded. Let's see if it works. Let's let's hold this up. Now you look through here, and does that look 3D to you? I don't know. Does it work? Is it like popping right out? So anyway, that's cool. That's pretty cool. And I don't know if the Superman book actually has its glasses or not. Let's take a look here as I kind of finagle this. This book, unfortunately, has a little bit of a gouge up here at the top. And, oh, that was just a backing board. I don't think this one has. No glasses. It's not as faded. I think these were reprints of regular stories from the era. I think these were mid-60s. Maybe they were 50s. I'd have to look it up. I'll pop it on the screen. This one, oh, there they are. Look at that. Superman goggles. Wow, Superman doesn't just have glasses. He has goggles. And again, right eye, left eye. Oh, 1953, it says here. NCP. Oh, no, what is NCP? It's not National Periodical Publications. Must be the company that made the glasses. It's a like special patent pending technology. So, same thing. Do you get a 3D effect here? Or is it just me doing this? Well, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff there. Let's put that in there. Those will sell much better with the glasses. Although these Superman glasses, I don't think this was meant like opera glasses, like you were supposed to hold them. I think there are flaps on either side that are missing. There's a piece of tape here, or it looks like it was attached with tape at one time. Well, let us take a gander with our pal Cornelius here and see what else we've got. Again, I don't think these are comic book bags. What is it? Oh, this. Oh, very cool. Look at that. Now, some of you monkeys might not even know why that's so cool. So, in the Legion of Superheroes mythology, oh, story coming. Get a beverage, dig in. You're going to be here a minute. In the Legion of Superheroes mythology, there is what's called a twice-told tale. Editor Mort Weisinger was sort of renowned for feeding his writers plots. He was an active co-plotter in the books, but the thing is he often stole plots from earlier DC books and pitched them off as his own. We presume maybe he was upfront, because at that time it was assumed that comic book readership completely turned over every 3 to 5 years. So if you were retelling a story that you had told 5 years earlier, you had a pretty close to 100% chance that nobody had ever read that story, because back then nobody saved the comic books. Well, I mean, a few did, right? Because we have them today. But most people just threw out comic books. You know, they didn't save them. They didn't give any more thought to them than they did the daily newspaper. It was a disposable form of entertainment. And so there was nothing for kids to refer back to, even, for the most part. You know, unless you happen to have your older brother's books or something like that. So Weisinger would give his writers plots that had already been published. And so you're familiar, maybe you are, maybe you're not. The character Mon-El from the Legion of Superheroes. His origin story, his first appearance in, I think it's Superboy 89, is almost a direct lift from this story. Which this is Superman number 80, and this guy's name is Hulk Carr. And you may have seen Hulk Carr. I think he appeared most recently in Grant Morrison's The Green Lantern series. Which I ended up dropping about halfway through. It was just a confusing, muddled mess to my mind. But anyway, I love, by the way, the bald spot on this like very ape-looking guy. It looks to me like they were drawing, and from this angle, like they didn't. The artist, and this would be Wayne Boring, I believe, was like, I'm not sure how to like do the crown of it. Screw it, he's bald. I don't know how to draw the crown of his head, the hair there. The heck with it. He's bald. Boom. And I love the big cauliflower ear. So this guy's going to put a fight. Look at this. Look at these brass knuckles he's got here. Those are deadly. Holy cannolis. Can you see that? Do I even have it on the screen? Yeah, I guess I do. But anyway, this is Hulk Car, and the origin is exactly the same. He comes to Earth, he's got amnesia. Superman mistakes him for his long-lost brother because he has some kind of note or something from Jor-El. And in the Superboy story, because he arrives on a Monday, he's named Mon-El. Here, I guess he still remembers his name, or he knows his name, or something. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've actually read this story. I've never read it in this edition. It was reprinted in, I think, Superman 225, and in various other places you can get this story. But this is the original. So this is an almost exact, or not. This is the first appearance of Mon-El is an almost exact rewrite of this story, and so it's pretty cool. This one's a little more over the top, where Hulk Car is like really going, nutso with being, Superman's big brother and having all the powers, and then he starts to lose his powers and he gets all kind of wispy soy boy. Even before there was a soy boy. This is cool. Look at this. This is 4-color number 308, Walt Disney's Donald Duck in Dangerous Disguise. I'm almost certain that's a Carl Barks issue. Very nice. No Such Varmint. That is 4-color number 318. That's almost certainly a Carl Barks, I believe. Very, very sweet. Some little kid traced the logo here, unfortunately. 4-color 353. Is that on the bag or is that on the book? That's a paper sheer on the book. That's too bad. Walt Disney's Duck album, 4-color 353. Werewolf by Night 33. This is the second appearance of Moon Knight. It's in pretty rough shape. Look at all the spine ticks here. Plus, it's got a page missing. 34 total. So it's got not a full sheet, but just like half a sheet. I'm guessing that's maybe an ad or something that's cut out. I'll have to get in there and see if... is that writing on the bag? Yeah, it is. I'll have to get in there and see if the story's complete. That might make a difference between whether I give it a 0 or a 0.5. Because, of course, I don't know if I said or not, the regulars know this. The whole point of this is I need to grade these books. I'm putting grades on these books so that they can be sold on eBay. Here's some of the standard stuff. There's Thor number 135. Werewolf by Night number 1. We don't see that as often. That's pretty cool. And that's really taken off because of the recent Werewolf by Night show on Disney Plus, which apparently I don't have Disney Plus, but I'm told all the YouTubies say that that was a pretty good show. So that's actually helping to enhance that. Here's something we see all the time. Wolverine number 1, the ongoing series, pretty low grade. Be interesting to see what that brings. I don't know. If we had more books under the new organization, I would pull this from the single stream and I would use it to goose up another lot of books, a multi-book lot. Here's a Marvel Spotlight. Werewolf by Night first appeared before he got his own title in Marvel Spotlight. I think it was it 2, 3? I forget. So this is probably his second or third appearance. Something like that. Here's number 3. So that I think is his second appearance. So it must be 2 was his first. I don't think Marvel Spotlight number 1 was Werewolf by Night. It probably was. I can't remember. The heck is this? Dottie Dripple. What a name, huh? Dottie Dripple number 13. Huh, that's a Harvey comic. Laugh Riot, it says. Wow, I'll take your word for it. Buford Tooney. Was this a comic strip? What exactly is she going to do with this thing? Or did she already do it? She gave him a curl? That's a curling iron, I guess. It is some implement of destruction. Good thing he's not facing the other way. I would hate to see where you might get that otherwise, right? Yeah, huh. Based on the famous comic by Buford Toon. Oh, it's just Toon, not Tooney. Wow, can't be that famous. I've never heard of it. This I've heard of. Dick Tracy, number 43. The Harvey Comics run. It's clearly not by Chester Gold. Look at that. That looks more like Peter Bagg from his Fantagraphic series, Hate. Doesn't it? Doesn't it not, actually? Wow, that's funny. Maybe we should get Peter Bagg to do a Dick Tracy book. That would be awesome. Here's an early Archie. Archie number 45. America's Typical Teenager. And I'm noticing something about these older books already. They're fairly tan around the edge. So that tells me that these were like sitting in a stack somewhere where they were fairly near to a window. that wasn't completely covered and they got some sunlight, perhaps, or some other atmospheric conditions, because they are all kind of tanned along the top and the side, it seems. America's largest selling teenage magazine. Bob Montana. I wonder if Bob was still doing it at this point. Who's this chick? Obviously that's Betty, and that's Veronica. I don't know who she is. That's not Cheryl Blossom. Huh. I guess Archie was a threefer for a while there. Basil the Royal Cat. Now there's something I've never heard of. This is St. John Publishing. Popular enough at least that there were 4 of them, I assume. This is number 4. That's one unhappy dog, though. What's the giant pencil on his head all about? Is that to cross off the grocery list, maybe? I don't see the list, though. Huh. Basil the Royal Cat. Have any of you ever heard of Basil the Royal Cat? Here's a Mickey Mouse. This is an animated cover. Luckily, the kid didn't do it. I'll show you what that means here. So these animated covers, you had this stuff on the back here that you could cut out, and then you would, what is this one probably? Oh, I see what it was. So you cut it out, and then you cut a slit here in the front cover, and then if you pulled the thing back and forth, I guess in this case it would look like he was actually banging the drum. Luckily, the kid or whoever this belonged to did not do it. So that is 4 color number 304, Mickey Mouse. They never had, well, I guess Floyd Gotterston, is that how you pronounce it, in the comic strips. But I don't know that the comic books ever really had a mouse artist, at least not one as renowned as Carl Barks was. Here's Rex Allen. I've never heard of Rex Allen. I wonder if that is perhaps Barry Allen's grandfather. Kind of looks like him a little bit. John Ritter. His father was Tex Ritter, the cowboy, so maybe Barry Allen had a cowboy predecessor. I don't even know what I'm talking about. This is his own title, though. I don't know what issue number. Doesn't say on the cover. I'm not going to bother opening it up. Rocky Lane Western. I think is that a Fawcett book? Featuring his stallion, Black Jack. Very nice. Looking a little fey here with a kerchief. It's funny. Things that were stylish then, very manly. Of course, the reason they wore those bandanas, and I didn't realize this until maybe just a few years ago, when some movie I was watching, and they had it pulled up over their nose. And of course, when you're riding out west, riding the trails, it gets very dusty. So they would wear that bandana, not just as a decoration, but to pull it up over their nose for when it got dusty. Or there was a COVID outbreak. I shouldn't even probably say that word. I'll get this video flagged by YouTube. I wonder what the little E is here on his hat that looks like it's been drawn on with a grease pencil. But this can't be anything more than decorative, and that's looking very Freddy from Scooby-Doo. Oh, here he is with the black one, so that's a little more manly. Blazing trails of adventure with the famous secret marshal of the movies. Well, it can't be very secret if he's got his own comic book. That's Rocky Lane number 41. What was the issue in the other one? Oh, 55. Here's another one, Rocky Lane Western, number 30. Rocky Lane Western, number 25. He's going to shoot somebody with that thing. Patsy and Hedy. I think it's pronounced Hedy. Patsy Walker, the Hellcat, who has been around in Marvel Comics longer than I think anybody except Captain America. And here she was. This is during her, and look, it's an Atlas book. And that was actually a distributor logo, is what that was. Atlas was the name of Martin Goodman's distribution company. The comic books, they weren't Marvel yet, but they had like a bazillion different DBAs that he would use for tax purposes. And so that's why we know them collectively by the name of the distributor, because of that logo from the distributor mark, Atlas. But anyway, this is during her... Patsy Walker was initially more of like a working girl comic book. And I guess I should say career girl, because working girl has a different connotation today. Thanks to the movie. But it was like a career girl comic book. And then as it went on, as it got closer to the 60s, it became more like of an Archie clone. It was more of a teenage book. So she's kind of morphed over the years. And then once she entered the MCU, she took a giant morph as a superhero. Here's Patsy Walker, number 67, which, again, at this point, it's a career girl, almost like a romance book. Here's an old Superman. Oh, it's not in very good shape, though. His spine is just about completely tattered. That is Superman number 77. That's definitely some Wayne Boring. Look at this beast. The beast from Krypton. That is quite some beast. Huh. I like how they go for the impressionism here for the city skyline. Just those lines, and you get it. You know what you're looking at. That's cool. That's Superman number 78. And here is Superman with a very evil, menacing Lex Luthor as Superman gets pummeled with puffballs from space. That's number 79. Did we already do 79? Oh, no, it was 77. 77, 78, 79. It was a nice little run for you. And Lois with her hands up. Oh, my. And she's got one like this and one like that. That's sort of weird. Kind of weird. Puffballs from space. Pigs in space. This one, I hope that's on the bag and not the book. It is. That's number 56. Walt Disney's Mickey Mouse, number 56. Let's get that up there where you can see it. I don't know if you notice. These are, what do these say here? Remove liner to expose it. Okay, so that's, but I still don't think that's a comic book bag. But I don't know if you noticed there. At least one of them I saw was like a freezer bag. It had like a Ziploc on it. Here's Mickey Mouse number 39. Pluto's excited. Christmas bone. It's been a long time since I've had a Christmas bone. Here's Donald Duck, number, I'm trying to read that, 43. Important. See Dell's pledge to parents. That pledge was basically that, our books are wholesome. Before, you may be familiar, maybe you're not. If you're a younger reader, maybe you're not aware of what the Comics Code Authority was, but it was in existence from about the mid-50s through the 90s, the 2000s. I have to look up and see exactly when the CCA went away. But it was a self-censorship organization to ensure that the comic books were quote-unquote wholesome. But before that, and I'll have to look up the name, there was another, as all of these comic book burnings were going crazy in the days, I think before Frederick Wortham came along with his Seduction of the Innocent book, which really prompted the formation of the CCA. There was, nonetheless, even before that, there was some outrage that comic books were, corrupting and causing juvenile delinquency and blah, blah, blah. And there was another organization, and both Dell and DC declined to join that one. It was, an organization of comic book publishers banded together with a self-censorship, wholesome pledge, blah, blah, blah. And Dell decided to just go it on its own. And I'm assuming this pledge is all about how we don't have that seal, but that's because we don't need it. You can count on us. This is a Carl Bach story. This is a pretty famous one, too. Donald Duck and the Flying Horse. That's Donald Duck number 27. Maybe it's not. Maybe that's not what I'm thinking of. Oh, look at this. Another Superman. World's greatest adventure character. This is number 81. The Superwoman from space. She's got a hammer like Thor. What's the T? Is she Thor? She Thunderella, maybe? Huh. Lois isn't impressed. Lois could just about care less. Oh, here's Lois. Putting Superman on KP duty. Lois Lane, whack. I think WAC was before they allowed women in the military proper. They had their own branch. I think WAC stood for Women's Army Corps. Is that correct? KP is a pleasure with Superman substituting for me. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Huh, that's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. This is a cool cover. Cool dragon. Cool dragon. Why does Superman have his glasses on? He has his Clark Kent glasses on. Forsooth, Sir Clark is really... Oh, I get it. He was Sir Clark, and now it's like he's really Sir Superman. I like how they do the this font here for the dragon from King Arthur's court. That's cool. That's number 86. Oh, here you go. Here's all the baddies that existed at the time. There weren't very many supervillains in this period, and such as existed were not really superpowered. You had Luther, who was really menacing looking back then. I mean, he definitely looks like a mad scientist. And then you had, this is the Toy Man, and the Prankster. The Prankster you don't see much of anymore. Toy Man you still see occasionally. Interesting. So they all teamed up. The terrible trio, taking down Superman number 88. Superman number 88. That's an oldie. That's an oldie. Hey, look at this. Hopalong Cassidy. Do you even know who Hopalong Cassidy was? Hopalong Cassidy predates me as well. I know the name, but I don't think I've ever seen anything with him in it. Was he movies? Was he TV? Was he both? Was he serials? That's number 88. DC. I think this was originally a Fawcett book that transferred over to DC. I think. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Here's number 87. 3 brand new action-packed adventures. You can't get a full story in 3 issues now. Back then, you got 3 stories in an issue. There's Uncle Scrooge number 7. That's an oldie but a goodie. How about I straighten that out for you, so you're not looking at it all cockeyed. Uncle Scrooge number 11, ironing that money. You need that clean, sound money. Tips on preservation. Oh, it's canning. I get it. With that back there, I guess. What we call canning, preserving food. Only he's going to preserve his coins. It looks like buttons. My grandmother used to keep like jars full of buttons. I don't know why. But it was a thing old ladies did back then. It's a Depression era thing, I guess. Straight arrow. Today that would be trans arrow. Adventures of a transsexual Native American. But no, this is the cisgendered straight arrow. And that's ME, Magazine Enterprises, number 36. Here is straight arrow number 34. This looks pretty cool. I'd be excited to actually read this. That looks pretty neat. Here's straight arrow number 33. Look at that. That horse just took a bite right out of his arm. What's the name of Straight Arrow's horse? I don't know. Doesn't say. Sparkle Comics. That's United Feature Syndicate. What does this say here? Not returnable. Okay. I don't know why it would be stamped not returnable, but anyway, Sparkle Comics 31 is Nancy Sluggo, Captain and the Kids, Little Abner. We're getting down to the end of this box here. Just a few more to go. Oh, actually a few more than I thought. Here's another 4-color, number 429. That's Pluto. Pluto. Why dogs leave home? Oh, well. Who can say? Beetle Bailey. That's 4-color, number 521. Is Beetle Bailey still in the comics? Mort Walker's no longer with us, sadly. This is very early style Beetle Bailey. Look at that. That's pretty cool. It's another Duck album. 5 complete Duck stories. What do you think of that? That's 4-color number 5 something. 531. Here's 4-color 631. So 531 and 631. Yeah. Oh, interesting. That's, what was his name? Fess Parker? Yes, right here. It says, so Fess Parker is Davy Crockett from the TV show. This is weird. You might be familiar with the covers from Marvel and DC that were the comic book characters superimposed on a photo. This looks like it's a photo superimposed on a cartoon background. Interesting. The TV show wasn't like that. It wasn't like Mary Poppins. But that's pretty cool. Everybody wanted a coonskin cat back in the 50s. That was a big baby boomer thing. Flash Gordon. Flash must be in the red, right? What's the A? A for ass. Villains wear green, so we know that that's not Flash. This must be Flash. That's a nice little painted cover right there. That's pretty cool. James Garner is Maverick. And then Jack Kelly is Bart Maverick. I don't know if I've ever actually seen an episode of Maverick. I think it would play from time to time. When I was a kid, cable television was basically just your three standard channels plus PBS, which would actually come in, and then it was, because here in Central Maine, cable also included two UHF channels out of Boston, channel 38 and channel 56, and I don't know if those are still around anymore. But that's what I would watch. I'd come home from school and they'd be playing cartoons, and they played a lot of reruns and stuff. And I think Maverick was on there from time to time, and I might have seen a bitter piece of Maverick here and there, but I don't think I've ever watched a full episode. Not that I can remember. Authorized edition. just so you know, a lot of bootleg copies of Maverick running around. And that's a 4-color too, number 945. But I don't even know who Jack Kelly is. Maybe it's Gene Kelly's younger brother? I don't know. Hopalong. There's Hopalong again. The thing about Hopalong, I guess he was around for, and this is a Fawcett. I was right. Fawcett publication. So it was originally a Fawcett book, and then transferred over to DC at some point. But here's the thing about Hopalong. He must have been around for a while. William Boyd is the name of the actor. Because that's kind of a very kind of grandpa looking. Isn't he? He looks like he's about my age. And I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but, and actually he looks better than me for that age, but even so, that's no young rootin' tootin' cowboy. That is an older grandpa looking guy. And there he is again, Hopalong, with his horse. What was Hopalong's horse named? Don't know. Looks like silver though, doesn't it? Here's another one. This one's a little gray. Again, same with the tanning along mostly the side on this one, but side and top. The King of Tornado Valley. Oh my. And here's some more Hoppy. You never got Fawcett never did a team up with Hopalong Cassidy and Hoppy the Marvel Bunny. That would have been a good team up. Maybe. Well, Hopalong ended up at DC. So I don't know. Who has rights to Hopalong today? That would be cool. I would buy a Hopalong Hoppy comic book. Brave and the Bold. All right. This is it. This is the last stack. Are we going to finish this all out with Hoppy? Hoppy's a little disrespectful. I'm a little familiar. I probably shouldn't call him Hoppy. I should Mr. Cassidy. There you go. Was Hopalong Cassidy any relation to the actor Cassidy, who was the father of Sean and David Cassidy? Don't know. He looks more like he's Shirley Jones's father than, what was his name? Patrick Cassidy? No, that's not right. What was the name of the actor? Jack Cassidy. That's it. What is Hoppy doing to that rock? That's getting a little familiar there, aren't you there, Hops? That's number 70. Oh, here you go. Real Screen Comics. Fox and the Crow. I don't know if you know who Mark Evanier is, or Evanier, or however he wants to pronounce his name is okay with me. But he has said that Fox and the Crow was his all-time favorite comic book. And I say that, I note that because there's an E drawn right here. So maybe this is from the Mark Evanier collection. I don't know. And here's another one, Real Screen Comics. Fox and the Crow, and then also these two right here. That's Tito and his burrito. I think it's Tito and his burrito, although that's not a burrito. Maybe, well, horses go to the glue factory. Did donkeys go to the burrito factory? Tito and his burrito to be? I don't know. Of course, today they'd scream racism, and you wouldn't be able to have that at all. And finally, last book in the box, the Kilroys. I remember if you were Gen X like me, and you had to your school textbooks in high school, you had to put coverings on them. Paper bag. You put a paper bag cover on them. You always had to cover your books. And invariably, most of the guys my age would do a Kilroy Was Here somewhere on it. And it was like a fence with like a big nose looking over it and a head with eyes and then little hands. And it was Kilroy Was Here. And I think that actually dates from World War II or something. Though we were still doing it in Gen X. Nobody does it anymore. But I don't know if that Kilroy Was Here is any relation to these Kilroys. America's Funniest Family. I've never heard of them. I've never heard of them. Huh. And this is ACG, American Comics Group, number 25. Don't know what the P stands for. Something about this collection. Just initials drawn on a lot of the... maybe it's a secret code. Maybe if I put these books together in the right order with the initial that's drawn, you got the P, the E, the A we saw. Maybe it spells out a secret message. The location to the hidden treasure. I don't know. Well, the hidden password for this video will be, let's go with Kilroy. Kilroy Booger. That's what you need. Put that in the comments, either as part of your whatever comment you might like to make, or just all by itself. Doesn't matter. The algorithm doesn't care. It just knows you left a comment. Has no idea what you said. So just write Kilroy Booger in your comment if you want to, if you got nothing else to say. And that will earn you one entry into the great 1,000 subscriber giveaway contest. And you can go back and watch, I don't know, the last 20 or 30 videos. We've been a long time working towards this. We're still about 75 subscribers away as I record this. But yeah, go back, watch those other videos. Each one has its own password, and you can enter as many times as you can find passwords. But this one is Kilroy Booger. And that's it, my friends. So that was some interesting and different comic books, things we don't see. Those will be going on eBay, as I said. If you go right now to eBay and subscribe to .com Comics, then if and when that name changes, when these books go up, you'll be all set. You'll just be like, you'll get a notice of somebody you didn't know you were subscribed to. If the name is changed before you have done that, then I guess just keep an eye on my Shanghalla Instagram or Twitter, and I'll let you know when that changes. But those books are all bound for eBay. I've got to put some grades on them. Cornelius is kind of bent over backwards here. Let's straighten him up a little bit. Just long enough to say goodbye, good luck, and please be good to each other.